Hello, and welcome to our second episode of NCBBA's Above the Rim. I'm Antonio Sacca, your host, joined by Justin Martinko, my co-host, and the Vice President of Basketball Operations, Matt Hazy. How we doing, guys?
Doing well. How are you guys?
I'm great, man. Ready to talk
Good,
some
man.
basketball.
Good. Yeah, me
Yeah,
too. It's
excited to talk.
exciting. Fall season's pretty much ended. So, yeah, it's exciting stuff to talk about here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
get
like
ready
you
for the holidays,
alluded
man.
to. Yeah, like you alluded to, let's talk through that fall season. I know schools just got through their finals, kind of who's at the top of the standings, what teams have looked really good in conference play, what teams might have, been really good last year that might have struggled out the gate, but you think could bounce back. Just kind of talk us through the league.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually got the standings pulled up here. Outside of our, UCLA still number one. We actually have a new pool coming out tomorrow. They haven't started conference play yet, but they are undefeated in non-conference play. Defending national champions. So makes all the sense in the world as to why they're number one. But outside of your normal suspects, I believe Ohio State's right behind them at two from last poll. I believe Notre Dame's at three, Northeastern, and maybe JMU rounds out that top five. But there could be a shakeup here in this coming top 20, week eight, top 20 poll. But outside of your normal suspects, just some teams who are strong right now. Loyola, they're off to a 6-0 start in the Mid Atlantic Central Conference. So really excited to see how that shakes up. I believe Georgetown, American are kind of your normal suspects coming out of that conference. So excited to see somebody new up there. Loyola, they must be pretty strong, starting off 6-0. We got Penn in the Mid Atlantic East, 4-0 in conference play. Typically we do see Villanova a lot of times coming out of there, but so Penn also has been in, I believe, the last couple seasons. So good to see that there. We have a strong New England East Conference so far this season. We got Tufts at 2-0, Northeastern 6-0. Boston U is actually at 5-1. Same with BC at 5-1 as well, and UMass Lowell's up there at 4-2. We got a strong New England North. We have a couple of undefeateds in SNHU, Maine newcomer, 6-0. Dartmouth's 2-1. Thomas College is 3-1. They're a newcomer as well. A surprise actually here in New England South, Assumption, 7-1. Don't really hear much about Assumption, but they must be doing something right now in this fall season to be 7-1 in conference play. SUNY Cortland's on top of the North Atlantic North, so that's really good stuff for them. Typically it's been Syracuse and Binghamton White these past couple seasons, so excited to see something new come out of there as well. I'm trying to think. The Pacific North hasn't started conference play. The Pacific South hasn't either, but could definitely see, Stanford coming out of there. San Diego State, they're 4-2 in the Pacific South and overall non-conference play, but I could see them being a heavy favorite in that Pacific South. A couple others just to mention, Claflin. I believe this is their second or third season. They're ranked now. They're 2-0 in conference play, but 8-1 overall. So good stuff there. And then your normal suspects in the South Atlantic West and UNC Charlotte, 6-0. Davidson's 2-0. Not a couple surprises. Not really too many surprises though. So kind of all your typical suspects. But I'll be excited once the spring season starts and see some of these teams who haven't started conference play yet, see how they do.
Yeah, definitely. That it's always fun getting, the same teams, but it's also even more fun, I think, getting those surprise teams that you're like, coming into the season, you like you said, Assumption College. I believe they're in Connecticut. They're a small
I think
school
so.
from what I know about them, and they're, at the top of their conference, which sometimes, those bigger schools, it always seems like they got more to pull from. Those teams are typically better, but every so often you get that little small powerhouse that gets that group of 10 guys that, just mesh together and they're fun to
Yeah, they
watch.
all they all click. They all come together. They have good chemistry. So yeah, it's typically out of that, it's been Bryant, it's been Brown, Providence. So yeah, happy to see Assumption starting off strong at 7-1. So excited to see if they can continue that. But yeah, a lot of different, not a whole lot of games have been played yet.
Yeah.
A lot of things have been pushed back to the spring. So The spring's going to be very, very heavy. So excited again to see how everything shakes up. Um, come, the end of March, come regular season, end of the regular season, into who qualifies.
Definitely. When do those spring games start up? Just curiosity.
I believe the first week will be the second or third week in January. I'm not sure the exact date.
All
I
right,
want
yeah.
to say it'll probably be like the weekend of the 16th, I want to say, is whenever teams will start getting back up and ready.
So really when that spring semester, kind of begins. Some schools might not be
Yeah.
back yet, but there's some schools that are. And all right, that definitely makes sense. I just was curious about that. Well, just to kind of move on from that fall season and just into our next topic on this month's pod. Let's have our guest callers join us from Central Michigan. We got Jaden joining us.
Hey, club sports fans, are you looking for a place to watch past and present games as well as staying up to date with upcoming league events? We have the place for you. ColdClubSports.tv is the exclusive home for all live and on-demand Cold Club Sports media content. Head over to ColdClubSports.tv to sign up today. Remember, it's a game. Have fun.
First
Yeah.
things first, just tell us a little bit about how you found out about Central Michigan club basketball. Was it, the first day you walked on campus? Did you play for, somewhere else, transfer to Central Michigan? Just kind of tell us about you and your backstory.
Okay. So I first got to Central Michigan, and honestly, I didn't even plan on playing club basketball when I first got there. I had heard about club basketball like when I do my college tours and whatever and whatnot, but I had heard more about intramurals. So I'm getting to campus, I'm thinking, oh, I'm just gonna play intramural basketball. It's gonna be fine. And then a bunch of my friends, because of course freshman year I'm getting there, I don't know a bunch of people. So the only thing I'm doing consistently, I'm playing basketball all the time. I'm playing basketball every day. Um, so I'm playing basketball a whole bunch. And then I keep hearing my friends talk about the club basketball team. We trying out for club basketball, trying out for club basketball. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I didn't even think about it, but I started hearing how they traveled. And I hear travel basketball. I start thinking about AAU and how much fun I used to have playing AAU. But then I'm still thinking, I'm like, nah. And I just was wanting to see if the pieces fell into place. So I decided that, oh, the day that we had tryouts, I remember freshman year, it contradicted. I had something else on my schedule. So I'm like, I guess it wasn't meant to be. I guess I'm not going to play. But then the vice president reaches out. He's like, well, I've seen you play, really want you on the club team. And so I'm guessing it's meant to be. So sure enough, I show up to first couple practices. And I mean, it's been love ever since. It's a perfect place for me.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And that's a great story. You said you played AAU. Did you play high school as well? And, what position do you play?
I'm a combo guard. I can't lie to y'all. I like being off the ball more than I like being on the ball. So I'm more of a two guard than a one guard. I can play the one a little bit, bring it up, but I love a good catch and shoot. And I played high school. I played all through high school, all 4 years. So I played one game of JV and then got bumped up to varsity for my whole 4 years. I got bumped up and I was
Nice.
playing there. I played AAU every summer. I played high school ball. I was playing basketball 10 out of 12 months a year. So yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
That's awesome, man. So, tell me a little bit about Central Michigan's fall season so far. How have you guys looked? Has there been any, surprise players coming in that played a couple games? You're like, oh wow, this guy is, he could be a starter, or he's gonna play key minutes off the bench, or just tell us about the season so far.
The season so far has been impressive. I would say impressive to say the least. We've started with a non-conference game against Michigan State. Ended up dropping those two, but that was our first time really playing together against somebody different. And ended up being a real close game, especially that second game. So I felt like, all right, we have all the pieces we had moving forward. Then we get to our first conference game. We play against Western, and we went out to get to Western with six guys and was complete running gun the whole game. Complete running gun. It was amazing offense. The offense looked beautiful. We got one guy on our team. His name is Pep. I mean, he's the reason why I can play the two. It's because he can run the one. So I mean, he comes down the court, he's gonna have about 2 turnovers a game, but he's always making the right play. And my boy Jordan, I mean, another amazing ball handler. So it's really been our ball handlers that have opened the game up for everybody else this year.
Okay. No, that's awesome. And do you have so you said you had 6 guys. Why was the plan run and gun with only 6 guys? You guys didn't get tired or anything like that, or
Um,
what was going on there?
yeah, so we just my only thing is that I love playing off ball. So don't get tired when I'm I personally don't get tired when I'm running the off ball. So I can move 2, 3, 4, 5 different times of play. I'm just running all over the place. So I'm like, as long as y'all take a couple dribbles and get it down the court, we can figure the rest out when we get down there. And we knew that Western's team didn't want to run a whole lot, so we were focused on running and gunning that ball. So we said, hey, we have one sub, so if y'all get tired, we can figure the rest out. But we are gonna try to run and gun, and it worked.
Yeah. Now that's not your full roster, obviously. That was just one of those weekends players just weren't available, or what's the rest of the roster looking like?
Oh, the roster looks amazing. So we have our starting five is usually around me, guy named Edwin Bell. We call him Pep. Jordan, he's great. Ethan, he's a great big man, and Josh, who just graduated this December. So now that spot's gonna be filled by Scotty, who transferred in this past year. He's been coming off our bench so far, but he's gonna start starting. And then we got some great guys off the bench like Daryl, like Daryl off the bench, like Miles off the bench, like Chris off the bench. We got a great group of guys. We go about 8 to 10 deep, so we're playing well.
That's awesome. Now, is run and gun going to be the play style all season, or whenever you guys have more of your players available, you're going to switch it up, do a little more of a slower pace, or yeah, is the run and gun going to be your main play style?
Our main play style is always going to be run and gun. Hey,
Okay.
once the ball goes through the net, we're out.
Right. Gotcha. No, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always, fun basketball watching guys run up and down the court. Like I know there's always an appreciation for that slow play, play tough defense. And now I feel like a lot of people are shifting to that, run and gun, shoot threes, play some defense, but, more focused on going fast. Hey, there we go. We
There you
got
are.
There he
you.
is. There he is.
How we
Took a
doing?
minute, but I got it to work.
There we go. So what we're gonna do now is a segment that we call Three in the Key. We have a wheel. This wheel has a bunch of different topics on it. We spin that wheel, whatever topic it lands on, you just kind of give us an answer to that question. So Justin, if we could get that wheel up and we could get that first one going.
Most certainly. Here we go. All right. So there's our wheel. Here we go. All right. We're gonna start off with the age-old debate. Who's your GOAT, MJ or LeBron, Jaden?
Listen, I'm gonna have to give you LeBron. Now, MJ, great. You know what I'm saying? I get he's got the record in the finals. I get all that, 6-0. Me personally, I came up on LeBron. And I'm just saying, especially peak LeBron, there's nothing on the court he can't do. I got to give you LeBron over MJ any day of the week.
Oh, that's fair. I would definitely say overall basketball wise, LeBron is definitely the better player
Oh,
for
for
sure.
sure.
When it comes to accolades,
Yeah.
everything Jordan did, yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
yeah, MVPs, it's kind of like I don't know, it's a tough debate whenever are you talking about like how well he did in just the finals, the accolades, everything like that? Or are you talking about overall best basketball player? Because overall best basketball player, I'd have to give it to LeBron.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, if MJ is going up against those Golden State teams, he's getting smacked too. He's not having a 6-0 record in the
Yeah,
finals if he's
yeah,
going up
those
against
Golden
those
State
teams.
teams were just not
Well,
fair at
A little
times.
bit.
And
that's
like even
also
without
an
KD,
age-old debate nowadays is the Jordan teams against the Golden State Warrior teams.
Yeah, like the bad
Also
boy
an age-old
Pistons
debate.
versus those high volume three Golden State Warrior teams. Yeah.
I mean, those Golden State Warriors teams would have blown MJ and them out the water. I mean, they wouldn't know how to handle a team with that spacing like that.
The
Yeah,
other thing I'm
spacing,
curious with that
I think
debate too, though,
physicality would come into play too a little bit.
yeah, I was just gonna say the other thing that I'm curious about with that debate too, though, is like, back in the '90s, you had the hand check. They were able to be a lot more physical play style as far as defense goes, because compared to now, it's a lot more finesse and not as physical. So like, what rules would we be playing by if that hypothetical game happened, and how that would shape up?
Also,
That's
yeah,
true.
also a very good
That's
topic.
true. I think my biggest question is who on those Bulls team is guarding KD? Because I mean, if you drop
Yeah.
KD against a Bulls team like that, they've never seen a 7-footer with a dribble handle like that. I
Nah,
mean, they're gonna accuse him of witchcraft if they seen a dude like that.
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
no, it's definitely always a great topic to discuss that and hear other people's opinions
yeah.
um, about those things. So
Yeah,
LeBron
definitely.
guy, Jaden confirmed LeBron guy.
There we go.
All
All
Hey,
right.
right,
listen,
Justin. Let's get that
listen,
second one.
listen. All my friends and family call me Jay. I'd be offended if y'all didn't call me Jay.
All
Jay,
right,
okay.
Jay, it is.
All
All right,
right.
Justin. Let's get the second wheel spin up for Jay so we could get
Got it.
figure out the second question for him.
Got it. All right. Here's our second one. All right, Jay. So with club basketball, obviously there's, like you mentioned, there's travel and all that whatnot. What's your favorite stop you've had along the way with club basketball? What's the favorite city you've been to?
So far, I think my favorite place that we've traveled to, I would say honestly right now was Kalamazoo for the Western Michigan game because Kalamazoo is probably the place where we spent the most time after the game. Sometimes you try to get there, you try to get back out, you got stuff to do the next day. You have
Yeah.
things that's happening. But Kalamazoo, we were able to chill, watch the Lions game, um, get something to eat. So yeah, I would say right now Kalamazoo. Now that might change because we have a road trip to South Bend later
Uh,
this year. So we're going down to Notre Dame,
Okay.
and I think we're gonna stay there for the day. So that answer might change, but right now I give you Kalamazoo.
Okay.
that's
Okay.
interesting. I've never, even thought about Kalamazoo, Michigan as a good travel city. But if you're saying it's good, it might be worth, taking a trip out to Kalamazoo, watch the Central Michigan game, and
Hey, listen, if you're there, I would say if you're there, stay there for about 24 hours. After 24 hours, you're gonna run out of things to do. But if you're there for like under 24 hours, it's perfect. I say it's perfect.
makes sense, man. Makes sense.
I
All
think
right,
there's I
Justin.
think there's towns like that in every club organization that we have. There's towns like that where they're fun for 24 hours and then you need to get the hell out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's get to that third one.
All right. All right. Our third and final topic in the key here. Well, speaking of travel cities and having fun, what's some fun activities you guys like to do in your guys' free time when you're not on the court?
I say we
Careful
had some
now.
party animals on the team.
Okay.
I say we had some guys that like to go out, some guys that like to hit the bar, some guys that might show up at the game the next day that have to come off the bench and get some water in them before we let them get on the court. I would say that,
Hydrate
me
smart.
personally, of course, that would never be me. That would
Right.
never be me. I'm focused. I'm locked in
You're
every game.
locked
As
in.
as as team
I'm in bed
president,
by
yeah, you
7 p.m. I'm in bed by 7 p.m. for that game.
responsible.
But yeah, some guys we have some guys that like to go out that might, show up to the game smelling like some smelly smells that, smell a little funny, but
Yeah,
they might have had something, a little beyond a cigarette in the car. But you know what I'm saying? We like to have fun in Mount Pleasant. We like to have fun.
Heck yeah. So
Nothing,
there a
nothing
good
wrong
bar
with
scene
that.
out there.
There is. They do like I just heard about this recently. They do like a bar crawl during the fall. So like we have a bunch of bars downtown that like a bunch of different people hit. And we
Okay.
have a bar that's like literally walking distance from dorms. So like
Oh well.
that
oh
is
yeah.
counterintuitive, but it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of people that go down there.
What's the go-to spot?
The go-to spot for almost everybody is O'Kelly's. It's called
O'Kelly's.
O'Kelly's Bar. It's right up there by the dorms, right in between the apartments and the dorms. So it's accessible and it's
There you go.
attached to a club, an 18 plus
That's
club called Wayside. So like people are there almost every weekend. Friday and Saturday is packed.
Okay. What's kind of like the special they got going on there? What makes O'Kelly's the spot?
Me now, I have a bunch of teammates that can tell you what's special at O'Kelly's. Me
Okay.
personally, I'm not a huge bar guy, so I couldn't
Okay.
tell you.
Okay.
Listen, I could get some guys in here that could probably give you a detailed breakdown of the menu and every drink they could serve. They can give you a O'Kelly's.
We might have to revisit that another time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Jay, it sounds like, that 18 plus probably plays into it too, with it being between the dorms and the apartments. I feel
Oh,
like,
for sure.
you got guys on the team that are over 21 and guys on the team that are under 21, obviously. So, like you said, you might not go, but like you got guys that are probably 20 hanging out with the 21-year-olds, and they're able to go chill together still. So that was probably part of the reason why that O'Kelly's is probably huge.
Oh, for sure. And they have the 18 plus club is only $10 to get in. So that's why it's packed every
Yeah,
weekend.
that's
Mhm.
another.
That'll do
Every
it.
weekend line out the door.
Yeah,
You guys
definitely.
got anything planned for the holidays as far as like you guys did everyone kind of go their separate ways for the holiday, or you got guys that kind of stuck around and you guys hanging out for the holiday?
We kind of went our separate ways, let people get some time with their families back home because we're kind of from all over the map, from Michigan to Chicago to the whole area. So
Gotcha.
we're kind of going home for the break, for the winter break, and then coming back together, getting some practices in, and getting back on the court.
Definitely. When's your guys, first games come the spring?
I think it's that. I think it's what I want to say 17 and 18 weekend. We play. We're out at U of M Flint. I want to say, and
Nice.
then after that we have a home game against U of M the following weekend.
Okay.
Very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Is U of M Flint the same mascot as U of M? Are they the Wolverines as well, or like do
I
they
have
have a
no
separate
clue.
mascot?
I have no clue.
It's a good question, Justin. Very good question. I couldn't tell you, and they come to an event that I run. So, but all right, Jay. The last thing we're gonna let you do is plug your program, kind of give us, your social media handles where teams could find where other teams could find you if they want to reach out to play, or where potential players can find you. If you guys do club fairs or anything like that, just kind of tell us how we could learn about Central Michigan.
Um, the biggest one we have is Instagram, C Mitch Club Basketball. That's where we get post. That's where we post about our games. We post about any open gyms we have. We post about any events we have. And all I'm gonna say for right now is that there's a lot of things in the works, but 2026, I have some big plans. I'm getting ready to host some tournaments up at CMU. I'm getting ready to host some 2v2 tournaments just for the CMU students. Listen, it's gonna be some big things coming with Central Michigan Club Basketball in 2026.
That's awesome to hear, Jay. Well,
Awesome.
we appreciate you, coming on and joining us today, and we hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Happy
appreciate y'all
holidays, Jay.
having me.
Yep.
I
Happy
appreciate y'all
holidays, man.
having me.
All righty. That was Jay with Central Michigan. It was fun.
Yeah.
Glad
No,
he got his camera to
absolutely.
work.
Provided a lot of good information, a lot of good things. So yeah, that's awesome. Getting to learn about all these new teams here.
You just
Yeah,
kind
it's
of tell
super
just by
fun. And
hearing him talk, man. He loves playing ball, man. He loves playing basketball. He loves
Okay.
that environment up there.
Yeah. It sounds like he's got everything well organized as well, which is always a good thing. So he's taking it seriously.
Definitely.
yeah, and all those 2v2 things that he mentioned and all that, that'll just honestly help him with recruiting too, because
Yeah.
you're gonna have, oh, that kid's animal. Let's get him on the team. Like, because
Yeah.
there's
No,
kids that might not know about the club team and they sign up for this 2v2 tournament, and it's like now he's using that as a recruitment tool.
yeah,
And I'm sure a
it's a great
school,
idea.
yeah,
It's a
I'm sure
great
a
idea.
school as big as Central Michigan's got a lot of basketball players that played in high school or AAU and just chose Central Michigan because they enjoyed the school and don't were
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done. They're kind of the same way he was with, I'm just gonna play intramural.
Especially in that region, man. A lot of basketball players in that area.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So, Matt, one last thing we wanted you to do is some housekeeping items. Just kind of what do teams have to look out for, and just do you being the the NCBBA guy, we're gonna have you talk some housekeeping.
Yeah. So just some things to look out for. The early discount on league dues is ending at the end of this month. So if you still haven't paid your league dues yet, please make sure you do so before the end of the month to take advantage of that $100 early discount. There are still a few teams out there still have the performance bond. So if you're one of those teams, you need that invoice resent. Same thing goes with dues. If you need invoices resent, just reach out to myself and I'll have those resent to you. Other things to look forward to as we get into January and the spring semester starts up. Um, Spring eligibility letters, very important that you start working on those, getting those submitted to registrars as soon as you get back. That way, we know that your players from the fall are still eligible to compete in the spring, so you will need to turn in one of those before you play your first conference series of that spring semester. Also, in January, the roster removal period. It will be, I believe it's January 19th to the 25th. You will receive an email on that. We'll put it up on our website and social media just to remind everybody. But during that week only, you will be able to remove no more than 3 players for any reason from your roster. If there's anybody injured or studying abroad, that would be the week that you were able to remove those players in order to make any additions if need be. So also a very important thing. We should have some regional updates and some national championship updates here coming soon as well. So all those things will be emailed on the website, on social media. So please make sure you're looking out for those things as well. Other than that, though, I think that's really about it at this time of the season.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Well, Justin, you're going to do one last thing for me too, because,
Yes,
we
sir.
need to figure out who's coming on, who's checking in for the next episode of Above the Rim. So if you could get that NCBBA wheel up and we could get that spun and figure out who the next team to join us will be.
Yep.
I do want to mention Central Michigan women's was asked to come on as well. They unfortunately could not make it, so that's why you only saw Jay with Central Michigan men's team. So if there is a women's team in the NCBBA that the wheel lands on, we do ask both men's and women's teams to come on. It's just unfortunately the women's team just couldn't make it this time. So if there is a team that there is a men's and women's team that the wheel lands on now, hopefully both will be able to join for that next episode. But just wanted to throw that out there, a reminder, just a heads up, so that you're not just anticipating it all being all men's teams.
Yeah, that's a great point
Thanks,
you bring
Matt.
up there, Matt. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. All right. So, speaking of all the teams, there they are, that beautiful, beautiful big wheel we have. So let's go ahead and spin it and find out who's subbing in next episode. All righty. Edinburgh. That'll be
Edinburgh, okay.
next.
All right.
All
They
right.
do have
So
a
they
men's and women's
are
team.
going to be
So
subbing in here for next month's episode. Until then, Antonio.
Yeah, we'll reach out to you guys. Until then, remember, it's a game. Have fun.
Let's go clubbing.
happy holidays,
Good
everybody.
holidays.
Happy holidays.